Hi guys, welcome to Sketchbook Tour number 19. I've had this sketchbook finished for about half a month now, I think, and I'm just now getting around to recording it. So this is the front, and then that's the back. And then I also wrote my username on the side here. And then this is a Jaden Animation sketchbook that she was selling on her website. So it has her bird Ari on it and on the cover. So I have more stickers in here. And then this is the start page. I started it on January 20th, 2025 and finished it on the 4th of this month. So this is me testing out acrylic markers I got, and then I used them on this drawing of Baji from Tokyo Revengers. So that's what he looks like. This is my pencil case that I used, so yeah, so I drew him. You'll see a lot of him in here because he's like my favorite character of all time, and I have like a whole display of him on my dresser from stuff I got in Japan. The sketchbook came with like stencils, so I used the stencils to draw Hayami. It's like my Sona. And then Hayami and my friends Suki. And then there's Hayami again. I really like this page with like the otter washi tape and stuff, and I really like how that sketch turned out. And then Nova, my friend's OC. And then these I printed out just in case I needed references I couldn't get like off my phone. So a friend of mine drew this one for me. And then this is an art trade I did with somebody that they did. And then my friend drew Yuffie, who's my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure OC. And then this is my Pokesona, Yumi. So I drew this one on my iPad. And then Hayami's ref that I drew with a Baji sticker because they're shipped. And then my friend's Suki ref that she made. And then Chifuyu because they're siblings. She's shipped with Hanma though. And then another drawing my friend did of Nova. So I put in here just in case I want to draw her. I didn't end up drawing her again, but yeah, my friend drew that one too. And then this was around the time I started playing the Stanley Parable. So I drew the Stanley Parable adventure line. With my acrylic markers. And then I drew all these are Baji. And I drew I got interrupted for a second. But I drew all these during I work at preschool and they have nap time, so normally when they're asleep, like I'll doodle or something in the dark. So not all these are the best, but this was my first, like, anatomy practice attempt. I did really not that great. And then I was trying to draw Night Rouge, who's my Transformers OC. And then I was really obsessed with this blue pen that I got in Japan, so I kept doodling with it. It's my OC Miyoko, that's my Sona Hayami. And then sermon notes. And then this, and this are all community references. So I tried to draw Troy and then Troy and Abed in the morning. And then Bear Down for midterms because we were, I think I just watched that episode. I don't remember what season it's from. And then the Sonic movie, like, really made my Sonic interest come back. So I was drawing Sonic. So this is supposed to be my Sona. I need to make an actual ref for her. And then I drew Hayami as a Sonic character, I think in my other sketchbook or something. So I tried to draw Baji. I really like how he turned out. And then this is my Sonic OC Roscoe. And then that was an art trade with somebody. These are random stickers. That was Baji, but I really messed up his face. And then these were, like, pieces of the box of this really fancy chocolate I got in Japan. Which is, like, yuzu and matcha and cherry blossom and then blood orange flavor. And then those are Hayami doodles I did with the preschoolers. And then that's from the Suki, my friend's character I drew, and then that's Yuffie, my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure OC, and then that's a different character. Tried to draw Vaporeon because I thought it'd be fun with the acrylic markers, so. Then I tried to draw, like, Earthspark B from Transformers Earthspark, didn't like it, so I covered it up with my, they have in Japan, they have, perfumes based off the Tokyo Revengers characters, so I got Baji's, and this is the box for it, so I cut it up and put it in here because I like it. And then this is me trying to figure out how to draw Night Rouge still. And then that's my Transformers Earthspark Sona. Melina. It's a human. And then there she is again, Melina. And then Hayami with the acrylic markers, and then Tokyo Revenge's washi tape here. I think there's like a really bad doodle that I hated in here, so I just taped these together. And then there's Baji. I really like how this drawing turned out. And then Hayami and Suki in the school uniforms. And then Suki and Hanma. And Baji and Hayami. I really like how this one turned out. Baji turned out okay here. Hayami's face looks really off to me, so I don't really like that one. And then Archer, who's my one of my Spider-Verse OCs. And then Baji, and then Baji Yami. And then Suki here, but I hated her face. This is one of my favorite drawings of Suki that I did. And then Baji, but I hate it. And then Suki again, I really like this one too. And then this is another OC I was trying to make. And then we had to see Captain America movie, so I put it in there. And then Raika from Mega Man Battle Network doodle, and then Takashi, who was in previous sketchbook tours. I never draw him anymore. And then Miyoko, and then my friend drew Miwa, who's one of her OCs, and then Hayami, and I put random stickers here, just fill up space. And then this one sideways. Drew Hayami and Baji again, and then more Baji and Hayami. And then Hayami again in the school uniform, and then I tried to draw Dean Pelton and Abed from Community, and then Miwa, my friend's OC. Yeah. And then 2 doodles of Kiseki from Tokyo Revengers. My friend drew Hayami again, and then I drew Hayami and Baji, and then random stuff from like a year ago. And then this is all K-pop notes, because me and my friend got tickets to the ONU concert, which I'm recording this the day a week before the concert, so. And then Hayami, Baji, Takashi, and then Takashi, I have for him, like, that he is, like, autism and epilepsy, so I was, like, doing tons of research on it and writing down stuff that, yeah. And then Hana is Takashi's younger sister, and then there's Takashi again, and then I was trying to work on hands here, and then Baji and post studies, and then all of these are Baji. He's everywhere. And then all of these are Takashi. I finally figured out how to draw him again because I wasn't able to draw him correctly for a really long time. I really, really like this one a lot. And then more hand studies. I think this page is better. And then post studies. And then this was the halfway point. So Baji and Hayami. There's this official art of him that I redrew, and then I went to draw Hayami and Yukata, I think it's called. And then Hayami and Baji. Hayami doodle in a different outfit, and then her eye, and then Takashi, but it turned out really bad. More hands. And then I was trying to do outfit planning for Hayami, and then watercolor of Suki. I really like how this turned out, like a lot. Her face, everything. And then notes for OC stuff. And then my friend's Tokyo Revengers Sona, because I really like their Sona. And then this, I got 2 Baji perfumes. This is the second box, because I had to open the second one. And then Hayami and Suki. And then facial expression studies. And then another Night Rouge doodle that looks really creepy, apparently. Suki. And then I was testing out markers, so Hayami, but her skin shade turned out too dark. And then I really like these markers, so I kept doodling with them. So Hayami page, Baji page, and then Takashi, Miyoko, and then Miwa and Kanan. And then this drawing of well, Baji dies in the series, so I was like doing Hayami's side and then his side. And then I was trying to draw Melina, but I told myself her hair is up. You need to draw it up. And I didn't draw her hair up, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna try again. And my brain went on autopilot because her hair is very similar to Hayami's, but like longer and stuff. And I forgot to draw it up again. But I like this one better than this one. And then I finally remembered to draw her hair up. So I really like this one too. And then I think I finally somewhat figured out how to draw Night Rouge over here. So, oh no, here's where I finally figured out how to draw him kind of. And then Melina, very ugly doodle. And then Baji and Hayami. I really like that drawing. And then Hayami with a cat, and then this is a different OC that I didn't finish, but I did draw him here. This is all lore ideas because he's supposed to be part of my Spider-Verse universe for my Spider-Verse OC Benicio. I should do a video on my Spider-Verse characters because I have a lot. And then Owlbeing from Neja because my friend was like, you should watch this, and I checked it out and it was interesting, but I like Owlbeing, so. And then Bajiyami. I really like this one, especially since I'm not the greatest with poses and I was getting better in the sketchbook. Then Baji again. And Hayami that I didn't finish, and then I didn't finish this either. I gave up. And then I was trying to do different outfit doodles, but I hate all of them. And then really bad Suki doodles, because I was just trying to finish the sketchbook. Then Suki again, and then Baji from some art that somebody posted on Twitter, and I was like, I like his hair like that, and then I tried to draw, and it turned out really bad, so yeah. And then Baji, and then that's the end. And then I think I saw like a couple pages up, but they were like doodles on, so I have some stickers back here. And then I also have, oh, I forgot to tape this in the sketchbook, but it's a Hayami doodle I did, and I really like this one, so yeah, that's the end.